Welcome to another episode of Twin Flame Abundance Live. Love is healing. I guess it is always so, but specifically for twin flames. That's what we're going to talk about today. Specifically, as the end phase of last week's love game, the 5 elements of the union heart. We researched our heart in the water element, in the air element, in the earth element, in the fire, and in the ether. And we looked into ourselves if we feel very ashamed of something, if we feel very fearful of things. And we looked into that if we are connected to the world around me, or if there's actually no connection and we feel rather isolated. We looked into that. And so many more things. Your daily life kind of love experience with the most daily life thing ever, money. Is it present there? But also twin flame love and the sacredness of it. And can we find ourselves in that sacredness of love? All of these were like exercises in the workbooks that people have. 17 participants have downloaded every day and looked into, and we talked in the Facebook group and in the live Zoom and all these things. And I think it was an awesome week in which, as said in the beginning of the week, in the start event, the potential for healing was so enormous. And that was truly able to be felt later in the week. And that's now. That's now. We can feel it now. Yeah. And now we're just going to go a little deeper in the topic of love is healing. Love is, well, according to people not on the twin flame journey, it may be many things. It may be socially being kind to other people. It may be physically doing something for other people. It may be a saying that people utter that love needs to be in your acts and not in your words or something of that nature. Love may be seen as a social contract or a commitment. And it is all these things for twin flames too. Yet, essentially, it is something else for twin flames. To such a degree, something else to such a degree that it could be said that for all these other people, they're actually not talking about love because they're talking about behavior patterns that are a good idea in love, but they're not talking about love itself. So love is lacking from all these forms and these words and these actions and these intentions and these what have you, commitments. But love is lacking from it. Because only twin flame love is true love. Because there it is connected to source, the source of everything, of all, of, of the universe. It is connected to the divine. It is connected to your divine essence inside of you. That is like a deeper layer, deeper level than many people live. That's where twin flames come from. That's where twin flames live with it. That's where twin flames are already in union. But then you want to bring that forward in the world, in the social actions, in the commitments, in your relationship with money, in all these things, in your acts, in your words, in everything. And that's when it becomes real. So I think there is less of a difference between those people out there that lack it and twin flames. Because after all, everyone is a twin flame. It is just your deeper nature as human being. So, what would happen if all the people would get to know their true essence? In other words, everyone, also twin flames, because that means humans, need to start to heal themselves into the state where they are constantly in connection with that divine love. Because that's not the general state yet. That's not the state of the art, the mainstream yet. Well, this is the state of the art for the people that are on the leading edge of creation and have tapped into this correctly. There are not many of them yet, but that can grow. If you come to me and we start to share in this work, and it'll all work out for you fine, and you'll be there before you know it. You just keep on connecting here with the community, with the teacher, and you start to really mature in it as well. That'll be awesome for you. It'll work out for you perfectly. You'll find your true twin flame. You'll come in harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state, and you'll start building that life that you always already wanted. It's like your ultimate life. You do start to build it. You start to feel that you have a mission. You start to build that mission business. You start to collaborate in that. It's just going to be awesome. But there is a sense of that it's not mainstream yet, that it's not felt by everyone yet, that it's not so common yet. And that's very true. Also for us when we look into ourselves. Oh, I can still heal so much into so much more of this real love. Yes, indeed. That's realistic. Or I have not, I have never connected with his real love. Well, if you are able to say that about yourself, you are very close to actually being able to. We need that realism to be actually able to go there. But we can safely say that we need to heal into it. We need healing to go to that love and to have that love manifest in all our lives with our partner, that is also our best friend and our teacher and our student and our life partner and our mission partner, and in all the other life areas that come from that, like our health, our money, our business, our relationships, our family, our food, our clothes, our health. Oh, I already said health. Okay. Well, you got it right. So it's not common yet. So that's why we need to heal into it. We've learned a lot of things in our lives often that are actually serving as ways to keep the real love out. No, no, no. That's too confrontational. That's too painful. Because when the true love comes in, you will see in yourself what is out of alignment to be able to let that go, right? Which is only good for you, but some egos can't stand that from happening. They can't stand that happening. They just can't stand the idea that they're not in charge anymore. Love is now. Love is in charge. So yeah, we're gonna look into that healing into divine love. And what is that? Yeah. Let's see. I just prepared a whole bunch of oracle cards. And I was told beforehand by Divine Mother, who always helps me here, that we were going to look mostly in like mythological kind of like beings that are actually, I mean, they refer to actual souls, okay? But somehow it also came together with the word mythological. So, that must sound confusing, but I don't know. To me, it is not. Let me know if it is for you. And I was told that we were going to give an emphasis, maybe in the beginning, let's start there, to the Egyptian, well, mythology, reality, right? Here's my Egyptian deck. So let's see. So a lot of the time, the Egyptian deck brings me to, oh, let's get this card and this card too. And this card. Okay. I already shuffled all the decks up front to get like the energy into it of uh, love is healing. And then it just goes very quick. The Egyptian deck brings me so much to like the deeper history of our cultures. Yeah, I don't know. So let's see. Sekhmet. She is a lion goddess that breaks through your blockages with passion and anger. Feel your anger and express it. You will experience your passion and live in accordance with it. Visualization idea. Nurture your Manipura chakra with golden energy. Beautiful. Well, let's have that happen right now. Let's allow golden energy into the place of our stomach approximately. Just let it flow in. Sekhmet, she knows that blockages to true divine love need to be broken through. She knows that. She knows that you need to use the anger that is stuck in you to break through to love. So it is not bad when you realize that you have anger inside of you. You can use that to break through to love. And that is such a happy thing to realize because so many of us have or had, like me, I had that, not anymore, an incredible unconscious anger that is repressed all the time. Perhaps because you have been burdened with all kinds of things that a small child never needs to be burdened with when you were a child for years and years on end. And were not connected to, perhaps. And that creates lots of anger. But we live as civilized human beings, and then that means that that anger has been repressed, so you don't feel it anymore. But it does need to come out to be able to release it. Now, we do this always. When I talk about these kinds of things, always, always, always. When we talk about psychology, emotional awarenesses, or what have you, always, they only need to be addressed with the key tool for twin flame inner work. And then they will naturally start to flow. So these are just examples of what you can expect. And don't feel bad about yourself if anger comes out. Because it needs to be released, to be let go of and never return. It can be the breakthrough to that true divine love that you need. Yeah. And we have the heavenly cow. So interesting. It's like a sacred cow in the Milky Way. Cosmic motherhood and the nourishing flow of the goddess. Take care of having enough spiritual nourishment. You will feel stable and have enough power to carry things. Meditation idea. Let the cosmic flow of the Milky Way flow through you. Wow. It looks as though we have another aspect of the goddess because we had the power of the goddess that is able to break through with her anger. And now we have the power of nurturing from the goddess. Let me see what the third one is. Here we have the Sphinx, the mythical creature that is the keeper of the mysteries. Understand that your animal nature is able to be suppressed or able to be expressed. A mystery will be resolved inside yourself or outside of yourself. Meditation idea. Visit the heart of the Sphinx and experience what this does with you. Look at the lion in the clouds above the Sphinx. So interesting. Which is also a lot of power. So this is like the mystery, the mystic power, which could be said to be another aspect of the goddess, of Divine Mother. She knows that you can express your anger and break through what is needed to be broken through. She knows that you need the nourishment from her, the love. You need the love from her because it nourishes you like a mother would nourish you. She knows that there is this deep inner wisdom of the mysteries inside of you because it's also inside of her. And she shares her deep mystical wisdom with you through the Sphinx. That is like an emanation of her. It's like the high priestess in tarot a little bit. It's like a a type of a symbol for the wise inner power of Divine Mother. So that's what it truly feels like. You have to rely on your relationship with Divine Mother for this healing, to heal into love. Her power to break through, her nourishing you, and her wisdom that you share when you listen to your inner wisdom correctly, that you share with her, that flows from her to you when you listen with your inner ears. These are some powers, some forces that Divine Mother wants you to receive, wants you to share in, that come from her, so that you are able to heal yourself into love, into all the time continually receiving true love, source love, soul love, twin flame love, union love, divine love. These were all the same things, just different names for it. And she really wants you to start to receive that now in whatever position or situation you're in. Doesn't matter. Just start to receive love and things will look different to you. Things will feel different to you. The whole world will change because you receive love. You connect yourself to the ever streaming flow of divine love. And that changes everything. literally everything. So let's see what kind of emanation of Divine Mother fits with that message. I see one, so let's get that one that I am seeing. Our Lady of the Sacred Hearth. And isn't that a warm feeling indeed to be directly in her flow of divine love? Our Lady of the Sacred Hearth. You are my child. I am your mother. Your home, through my grace, is always secure. You are never to fear being lost and abandoned. Your home is provided through my grace. You always have a home to return to through my grace. Surrender attachment and fear now, my cherished one. There's no need for it. Do you think I would forget what you truly need? That I would deny you this? You who have belonged to me through all time and are my child, under my care and protection. Let go of all such worries now and pray to me. I will assist you. Divine Mother has not forgotten you. You're always her child. Divine Mother wants you to remember that and to rely on that and to rely solely on that. Truly. And let go of your worries. So now we're going to go to the Mary Magdalene Oracle deck, and I see 2 cards. Wow. Mother Mary, which is again the same Divine Mother coming forward, reinforcing what we've just said. Miracles. She will bring you the miracle of true healing when you allow her to do that. And that is the central message, I feel. She will not let you sit in the cold alone, but you have to give your heart to her. One of the best things that you can do to accompany yourself on the twin flame journey with the key tool, with being in a community, with using all the options of the community, with embracing the teacher that leads the community, with all of that, one of the best things that you can do is have a devotion for Divine Mother, because she will not leave you alone. And she will fit exactly with what we do here. Exactly, because that is the one who moves through me and leads the community and has given me the tools. It's all hers. It was never mine. Even though I bring people in harmonious union quickly with it. And my leadership is required. It is actually Divine Mother who does that. She brings the miracle every time. There's no need to worry. You just should keep at it. Don't walk away. Have faith. Place your trust in it. Persist. Invest. And she will come forward and bring you everything you need even when it needs miracles, because miracles are actually the norm in this divine reality of divine love, which is the only reality that exists. The only true reality is that of twin flames, divine love, in which you are created as one. And, well, you don't even need to believe that, because that's just your architecture in life. There's no way around it. But if you stay away from believing it, then it will be rather difficult. So I advise believing it, right? It's much easier to connect with Divine Mother through that as well. So let's see what the Master Magician wants to add to this. Key me. Death. Surrender, release, transmutation, forgiveness, humility, revelation. All meanings around the central idea of death. Death, of course, brings forth something new, because it just means a transformation of consciousness. This forest green painting is also connected to the number 6, to jade, to emerald, to moss agate, to air, to north. The shadow of this card is feeling the need to be in control and the fear of death, being depressed and struggle and have resistance. But you can transform that and surrender all these negative things so that perfection can grow in its place. Listen to the part of you that is calling for death and transformation and receive its wisdom. It's not a problem, death. It's just that you need to transform something there. And if you hear it wrong, then it might seem sad, depressed. But if you hear it right, you see that it's surrender and transformation. And it is really serene. I release, I let go, I surrender, I forgive. Is what you could say there to yourself. Velvet soft enclave of release, death in which I do not die, receive me. Assist my surrender, that I may enter innocent into the sacred garden. In receiving Key Me, you are being asked to release and surrender. Surrender is the opposite of giving up. It is freeing yourself from the desire to be in control, letting go of how you think things should be. Surrender is freedom. You are being invited to release yourself from the bondage of preconceived action, to let everything be all right as it is, so that you can live a more inspired life in the moment. You are being asked to take action in the process of surrender and release. You are requested to die a symbolic death to surrender your limiting beliefs. Symbolic death unveils the self by cutting away the outgrown parts of yourself that no longer serve you. In such death, ego structures fall away to reveal the garden of the true self. Look for new ways of being, new people, new ideas, and new directions that will move into the vacuum created through surrender and release. Like yeast, surrender enlivens and empowers you to experience more of life's fullness. Key Me brings humility, either by helping you to humbly embrace the process of surrender and release, or by forcing you to your knees. Experience the balm of forgiveness that is intrinsic to the sacred realm of death. Holding on to past patterns and grievances only limits the possibilities. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Let go. Surrender whatever limits you. Face whatever you are resisting. In the experience of any loss, it is never too late to complete. Through your willingness to walk in the dark forest, insights and revelations will naturally emerge. If you find yourself disturbed by or denying any painful processes, be willing to look at how you might embrace death. Death is a natural part of transformation. Sometimes we are brought to experience symbolic deaths, such as a loss, divorce, illness, or separation from others. As you embrace these seemingly dark or difficult experiences, they will release you from attachments and expectations, clearing you to more fully receive the light. If you find yourself in a dark corner of depression or despair, Key Me offers you a lifeline, a way through. Allow your burdens to be lifted into the sweet release and forgiveness of Key Me. Don't give up. Look inside. The divine is there for you. Also, there is always someone somewhere who can help you if you reach out. Call a friend, a loved one, a therapist, or your favorite twin flame teacher. Know that as you risk, you are comforted and supported in love's unconditional embrace. Another shadow of Kimi can be as the desire to be in control, which at the deepest level represents the fear of death. This fear may be expressed as an imbalance in your physical, mental, or emotional well being, or as an exaggerated focus on your body, health, money, or addictive activities. Look at the consequences and possibilities that would be presented by your symbolic death. The transformation offered in Kimi is found in surrender, release, and forgiveness. Through awareness and clear intention, old patterns can magically shift, offering you a loving hand that shows a new way. Right. In this transformation, what kind of angel of God would help us here? I see one, but now it needs to come out. This one? Okay. Angel 6. Is going to help us, but I think this one too. Angel 69. Let's look. Angel 6, the praiseworthy God. La la hey. Is associated with the light of love, the divine light that heals everything, with good health and fast healing from illness, with spiritual enlightenment, with natural beauty, the mirror of the soul, fame and celebrity thanks to talent and personal achievement, success and luck in the world of science, lucidity and clarity of understanding, happiness and luck, self expression, art and artists. And Angel 69. The all seeing God. Rehahe. That's how you need to say the name. Associated with physical strength, protection from theft and loss of assets, love and social relationships, historical studies, justice and laws, restitution and compensation, succession and inheritance, intuition, history and practical and theoretical sciences, giving and receiving, administration and accounting, karma. What I love is that it just seemed like the first angel we talked about, it was very much artistic or something, and love and healing, and the second one was more like accountancy and science and like logic and law. So these two forces are exactly what is in my personal harmonious union, the two forces between the divine feminine, me, and the divine masculine, my true twin flame. I'm not sure if I really shared a lot about that as of yet. If you come closer, you'll learn all about it. And if you keep on following me as well. But I am indeed more like the mystical one that is connected with artistic practices, creativity, and love and healing. And he is the man that is literally in his job working with money. He's very logical. And that can happen in one union together, exactly on the same frequency. How about that? How interesting, right? So we see here these two angels helping us here with the transformation that is the miracle brought forward by Divine Mother herself. And she reminded us that she will sure always help us here. She reminded us of that it is her that knows how to use your anger for breakthroughs, that is nourishing you and sharing her wisdom with you. And the angels helping us here are money and love, which is also like what plays a role in my coaching. We are now closing off the love game, which took a week. But I also have the money game. And if you come closer and come for all the coaching that I offer, and real soon we'll open the school more broadly And then you will see that we have a year group course in which we move through 24 daily life topics. And what is the scope of those topics that we're going to tune on the union level for you? It is exactly from creativity all the way towards money and back. Taking into that scope also healing, sexuality, relationship, soul, love, so many things. Coaching, writing, so many things. This is exactly the scope of the work that you are connecting with here. And exactly the scope that is literally here between the divine masculine and the divine feminine in my personal union. And divine mother uses me and us to heal you. So this is exactly what is going on here. Of course, you need to come closer and to our Facebook community and do the programs there and start to do the twin flame inner work and get your coaching every week and keep on coming closer. And that's when it really starts to work for you. That's where the success takes place, where my 100% success rate comes in, not when you stay away or when you taste it a little bit and then reject it. Many people also do that sometimes. It's sort of strange, but it is a resistance to your death and transformation that you need to get the full thing and then still reject it. Or get it in principle, but don't consume all of it and then walk away. That happens all the time. And one thing that we learn from that is that what we have here is the real deal. It really touches you. And sometimes we just have egos that are not prepared to feel this real deal. And these egos are repelled by that. Very interesting experience. But that doesn't need to be you. And if it is, just take the Twin Flame Healing Tool key and do it. And you will find the relief that you are looking for, and you can stay. It's really not difficult in that sense. Yeah, so we had these angels that are here that stand for these powers in my union. They're just like as if they're like the bigger us or something, like the angelic versions of us. And that reminds me of that. I was feeling that today as well. Indeed, there was a deeper sense of our, in my union, us in my union, me and my twin flame, our presence becoming bigger. And first energetically, and then that can broaden and deepen and whatnot. And so much that I was reminded to sort of bring to you that, yes, we have also been very famous still around the world for another lifetime in which we were healers. And but beyond that, I was reminded of the fact that we have our soul presence, like the pure soul presence, that is not connected to any lifetime in particular per se, just our pure soul presence. And that one could be said to be connected to a certain realm, and you could express that in the dimension of planets. That is a way of expressing what a soul connects to as a soul aan zich, as a soul in itself. And for us, that is, yeah, I know what I want to say, but now I need to say the word. Yeah, what is the word? I just forget the word all the time. That's just has nothing to do with my timeless soul presence there. That is just me, Petra on Earth, that can't remember the name. It'll come up. But as such, I made this. Well, I made the whole healing methodology of creative identity, right? And this is the card deck that belongs to that. It is pregnant with that healing power that comes from our soul presence. Our soul presence, anyway. So I was reminded of that. So now we're going to have a card, of course, of that deck. And it is a shadow card. Well, here they are, the planets. Oh my gosh. To like pepper it in, and I can't remember it. Oh my gosh. The humor of the universe. Traveling from not working aspects to a purified version. But as a matter of fact, I don't know if this is ironic, but it's actually not one of these planets. So I still don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure. Let's have a look at what this card means. Guidance through the journey. Goodbye, Milky Way, sings Enigma, the band, in one of their songs. And you see before your mind's eye an astronaut floating through space, through the Milky Way. Oh, we also had the cow that was in the Milky Way. And then further than that, further than the known. This is where you are now, at this map. You are on your way from what does not work anymore to new areas, new inspiration, new social networks, and new feelings. The unknown is scary, huge, and incomprehensible, and still attractive compared to where you came from, or are still standing in with one leg. This journeying position you now take in is not pleasant per se, but also not unpleasant. You know what you leave behind, and that did not work anymore. In our solar system, that's this. There are many planets, and the happy taste of each of them, their energy, we can experience to get to know ourselves better. After that, we will travel to another experience and culmination point. Not being afraid of the valleys of experience, as well as taking them in fully just as much, causes a thorough parting and a guaranteed good start in the next vacation on your new planet. Now you know from your own experience a life lesson that is important to you completely. This can now never be taken away from you anymore. And when you hit that rock bottom, your soul will be forever updated with this info so that you, until eternity, are done with this particular lesson. Be thankful and remain calm while moving along your journey. You will arrive at your next planet automatically. And here it is somewhat symbolically that you go from planet to planet because they represent certain aspects in your soul. So they create experiences that stand for a certain aspect that can be connected to a planet. And when that is learned, you can move on to another aspect of another planet that will appear in your reality. But how I just described it, it is also a matter of I described it before reading the text. That is not done yet, by the way. My soul essence, our soul essence, in union is connected to a certain star. And we're not born there now, but our essence is connected there. And that has nothing to do with being born there right now. You have the same sort of thing. But you could also be born on different places and see that now I'm born on the earth, and maybe I just go back to, well, death, to what I was without incarnation. And then I might choose another plane of existence to incarnate into to for the next lesson. But then again, this can also mean just life lessons in consciousness. So you don't need to wait until you're physically dead. The rest of the card's text. You are having an overview of certain fields of life that you have gone through on your twin flame journey. You are now able to benefit from those processed experiences. And it gives you an increased intuition of what could come next for your union. Do not, however, stay in the trap of projection. The chance this comes onto your path is big. Yeah, we all experience projection one moment or another. And it's a trap. Attuning well to the actual source led union process will bring their next stage insight automatically. So don't fool yourself by projecting images or wishes or something, wishful thinking. Attune to the actual source led union process, which is just only one thing, only here now. And that will bring the next stage inside automatically. After death, what comes now? This is what people experience when they come in our community. They start to often pretty immediately experience a form of death, of ego death. And they need to recuperate themselves in an entirely new way in our community. And that you can just take your time with that. You can completely do that whole process here. That's the whole point of my community. It's the whole point of my coaching, to come and do all of that. And to just let that all unfold for you in the embrace of the teacher and the community. That's why we're here. And that works well if you can keep it at that for some time. No matter if your harmonious twin flame union consciousness state, which needs to be reached for you to come into this lasting union with your twin flame that you're wanting, takes place also pretty immediately or later on. It doesn't matter. In both cases, you need to stick around for that entire process of transformation that takes place for you. Because only then it will truly be safe and sane and truly come out well and all these things that you want, right? To be in a happy union, to be truly healed. Yeah, love is healing. Love is healing. So let's find a healing symbol for you for a certain energy field. That is the flaming egg with energy field 8, which is like the top of your head, a little bit to the forehead side. And that's where the new ideas come in. The new inspiration takes place. Coming from the divine itself. I'm still pondering the name of that planet. It starts with a C. I just cannot come up with it. The Wolves of Venice from the Oracle of Transformation. You are very far from home. There's really something that could be a big change, which is good. It's good to know that. It's good news. Now you know that this episode through the power of death that transforms you is really about some big thing. And the other good news is that you're going home through this transformation. Just like I'm going home to have the direct expression of this planet that I still can't find the name of, that is more of a direct expression of who we are in our soul core without incarnation. And how then the direct expression of who we are there, the direct expression, not the diluted expression, how the direct expression of that would now look like manifested on earth where we are incarnated at this moment. That is the big transformation that I'm going through. And the good news is that means going home. And the good news is that it is a big leap. So this feeling of the transformation of death that I'm going through really is about something. It's not about nothing. That's good news. And the vampires say it's a resurrection. It is just coming back again. It's the comeback that we want. It's the reparation and the healing that we are longing for. Nothing less. That's what this is. And for you as well, of course. Love is healing, and we're healing ourselves back into that state. Back into the alignment with who we truly are. No. I was like trying something for the name of the planet. If I can't find it in the duration of this video, then I will write it in a comment afterwards. No worries. It's really the planet that stands for higher magic. Yeah, that's what we stand for. So the Dragon Fae want to speak. The energetics of the dragons. And 4 cards came out. So let's see. Melusine is here. So that is loving yourself for who you truly are. This dragon face helping you with that. Not loving yourself for your concocted identity that you're not truly are. Many people have that. Sometimes they have concocted a new personality, ego personality, when they were very young as a child, because they were actually pretty much maltreated by their parents and they couldn't be their true self. Yet still, on the twin flame journey, you are asked to go back to that young child age in yourself and now choose the true you and start growing up again in your psychology inside of the true you. Which is totally possible with the twin flame inner work. Kumara, the dragon fae, that stands for, this dragon fae stands for the web of all life, where you are taking part in now. When you stand in your true identity, not in your fake identity. Sometimes people want to, make everyone a witness to their wonderful identity and make me and everyone else acknowledge their awesome identity. But it's not their true identity. And I'm not an asshole. But eventually, Divine Mother, through me, will point that out to you so that you can make a new choice. Kumara, the web of all life, says, underneath the mask of identity that we all carry, underneath the construction of who we believe ourselves to be through our conditioning, there is a new face, your true self. This face is new in so many ways. You have never seen this or shown it to the world before. This face has been protected because the world has often been a dangerous place and very unkind as well, where people are acting differently than they truly are, and also will judge you for who you portray yourself to be. But your protection, your harness, your shield, they are now able to be relinquished here with me, Kumara. I am the dragon fae virgin, the spider woman, a being of webs and changes and destruction and recreation. Every day I need to recreate the world. I feel along the feeling threads of the web to know what should be built again and what should be relinquished. Because I am, just like you, a part of a new web of life, a web of life that embraces our differences and still understand that we are one. I ask you today to look at the webs of your life that need to be remade and rewoven. Kumara is a dragon fae goddess that looks like a spider because she is this almighty weaving star of energies, of dimensions, of time. She heals the tears in dimensions and time, and we can help her with that by understanding who we truly are and by working on our own individual webs full of consciousness and peace. She is often here when we go back into memories and experiences out of other lives, former lives, and when we talk about or have a vision of what will be in our future. Because she weaves past, present, and future together. She knows that they're all fully connected. She communicates via energy and sound. So maybe when you hear a very high pitched sound in your ears, know that she is connecting with you. She wants us to be at home in the entire universe because it is our home. She wants us to put our mask off. And she wants us to know that we are so, so, so much more than that. These were some fragments about Kumara that I was translating on the spot, so that's why it sounded like that. And then we have the wild huntress. The wild huntress. See your shadow for what it is. Hmm. Yeah, just see it and it will transform. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's about karmic power and transforming that. We may be confronted with a certain test, but you can undergo this test in a relaxed way. Don't try to change anything, just accept. And know that you are powerful nevertheless, because you are of God. That is who you truly are underneath your mask. You need to confront this shadow. So better do it now. Because when you confront it in yourself, and truly transform it there, you don't need to meet it anymore in other people. That's the true transformative power of the twin flame inner work. Because that is really what the twin flame inner work is. The twin flame inner work is looking at your shadow. Because it contains of seeing that everything in your twin flame, in the world and in other people, is a reflection of something in you. And you can heal the you inside of you, and then the world will change as well as a result of that. Because that's how we create. So everything is your shadow. And that's where you're going to face everything. So that you can all the time step away from the shadow into the true divine love that you truly are. Step away from the shadow into the true divine love that you actually are, etc., 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 on and on. That's the transformation process. And you can't not undergo it and still have success and still have twin flame union. That's not possible. People believe many things that are inexistent and impossible about twin flames. They think they don't need to spend money. They think they don't need to be in a community. They think they don't need to be coached. And that is all. But that doesn't exist. Harmonious twin flame union without coaching doesn't exist. People think that they don't need to transform their shadow. They don't have a shadow. It's all their twin flame's fault. But that doesn't exist. It's not your twin flame when it's not your thing. You are one at the core. That's the whole point. That's why it's your twin flame. Otherwise, it is not your twin flame. The whole point of twin flame inner work is that you do have a shadow and you do meet it in your twin flame. And that's where your empowerment lives, because you can do something about that in yourself, because you are one. That's the whole point. It's your twin flame. That's your empowerment. You can do something about that, and you should. That's why you're here. That's the reason of your existence, to do this inner work. And then everything will be all right for you. It's a very happy thing that these things are so. It's a very happy thing because it just means that you can make it come true. And you truly can. No matter what seems impossible in the projections of the world. And then we have the Dragon Fae card of Gwynne and Eluish. And that is the dragon and the human friend. They're a couple. They are in agreement with each other. They're in union. There you go. Twin flame couple. That was the end of our story. The twin flame couple. They look different, but they are the same. Gwynne and Eluish are the Dragon Fae prince and princess of the forest. They are perfect and perfectly in harmony with each other. They're in harmonious twin flame union. They look like completely different for other people. For other people in the outside world, their outside appearance looks very different. But on the inside, they are not. They are truly in complete harmony with each other, no matter what it looks like. In this picture, Gwynne appears as a beautiful fae, and Eluish as the little dragon man that works with the dragon fae. to protect the knowledge of the earth and to keep it alive and to keep the elf atmosphere protected against the humans that try to ravage it. He is the leader of a group of dragonfae that needs to bring report of their work to Gwyneth about what is going on in the world. She is so wise and has seen so many things, and still she is without an age. She's timeless. He never gives up, and his and he will never leave his kinsman, the dragon fae, no matter what they look like, because they're all children of Gaia, the earth. Gwynna and Eluish want to know that you know that you are loved. They want you to know that you are loved for your unique qualities. And doing as if you don't exist in a big mass of people is not the way to live. This message is for everyone that has pain and doesn't know if that pain comes from being separated of the old ways, the wise ways. This card means communication between beings and between twin flames, among which people, animals, and magical beings. There is an incredible understanding between kinds of beings. And there is even like a soul fusion going on of understanding each other without even uttering a word. Maybe you have recently found out that you really can understand what someone else is saying to you without the other even uttering a word. That's how twin flames communicate via the heart, which is really true. This card means that you will augment in your ability to hear these messages in the heart from your twin flame, or maybe other beings, or maybe even the dragon fae themselves, or maybe Divine Mother, or whomever, or the angels, or the Master Magician, or the higher beings of me and my twin flame. Your chakras that are connected to that inner hearing will become more sensitive, and you will become more sensitive for sound in general. This card means that you can trust your intuitive messages, insights, visions, and dreams. Know that you are receiving at this moment telepathic messages. Well, also this reading is it's just a true channeling of the divine, and under the divine, sometimes also certain beings that work together with me, with us, under the divine, but always under the divine, never without that. When people don't understand you or where your information is coming from, don't be discouraged. When your friendships seem strange for other people or family members, or your twin flame union seems strange for them, don't be led by their judgment. Sometimes you will find animals or other beings more easy to understand than people. Your intuition will be developed on a more subtle level when you have this card. You might become acquainted deeper with animals and plants and the natural world because they share love and support. Maybe you want to connect deeper to this natural world. And you sure want to listen to the whispers of the soul. Wow. So we traveled from the presence of Divine Mother and her miracles through our shadow aspects towards the return of the twin flame in this reading. I told you was a powerful week with a whole bunch of potential in the love game week. And we close that off now with this huge heart opening to the inner planes where this is already true. And now you just have to accept that in and embody it in the world. And that's what I want for you. If you take this message in, if you accept it, then it will happen for you. I hope this helped. Much love from Petra.